I'm so excited to have you back once again. And for those of you who have been with us in the first part of this webinar, we want to say thank you so much. Now, we've gotten some of your questions, and we're excited at the fact that you guys are so much into what we're teaching. Now, one of you asked a question about your child's behavior based on what we shared the last time, and you were asking, are you telling me to accept my child for who he is? No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is embrace your child while rejecting his behavior. Now, in the parenting quadrant that we teach the four quadrants of parenting, which is the concept of the seed owner, the seed handler, and the seed environment. So what we say is you need to have a perceptual code for your child. What it means is if you say your child's perceptual code is a royalty, now you need to reject the behavior, but you need to accept your child. The easiest way to describe this is this. When you plant something and weeds come up, the weed is not the plant. What should you attack? The weed or the plant? You realize that you should attack the weed. How do you take out the weed? Carefully, because it can damage the plant if you take it out anyhow. Many of us get upset that we get angry with our child, not what our child is doing wrong. So, you need to create a perceptual code for your child and stick to that against all odds. Number two, you need to find an empowering way to describe what your child is going through. Your child is not bad. Your child is not a liar. He may have told a lie. It doesn't make him a liar, right? You need to separate the behavior from your child. Your child is not a thief. He may have stolen, and you need to understand the psychology of some of these things. So you need to find an empowering way so you can say, my child is a good child who is presently troubled on his way to wholeness. We called out the power of narrative. Then you need to keep a covenant with the spirit of your child's humanity and promote it against all hurt. What we're saying is embrace your child, but you reject the behavior. So you communicate it, but you embrace your child. Another person asked a question about my husband doesn't listen to me no matter how much I try to correct him. Now, thank you so much for your question. But one thing you need to understand is, as a wife, many of us try to retrain our husband. That's not what you need to do. You need to learn to retain him. How do you retain him? There's a way to correct him, but you need to correct him on his own terms. We teach what we call the sandwich model at the Family System Engineering Certification course, which is before you correct your spouse, you first need to find something that is good about him. So let's say your spouse is sitting on this chair and you want to move him to another chair. If you tell him, can you stand and go and sit on another chair? He will take it as you are instructing and commanding him. He's going to resist you. So you need to bypass conscious resistance. And how do you do that practically? You can look at him and say, sweetheart, you know you are the only sugar in my tea. You are the biggest guy that exists. I love the way you're sitting. But I was just wondering that when you are sitting, it looks good, but there's a better chair, for a royalty like you. Sweetheart, will you do me the pleasure of coming to sit here so that I can take a picture with you and share on social media? So, naturally, he will stand up and go and sit there. Now, if he sits there, you want to tell him that, thank you so much for obliging me. So that every time you sit on this chair, you look more handsome. And I will take a picture with you every day as long as you sit here. What do you think is going to happen? By tomorrow, next tomorrow, you'll keep sitting there. What have you done? You have corrected him, but you have bypassed his conscious resistance. So, sandwich model is praise, correct, then praise by bypassing their conscious resistance. And everyone will submit to you if you learn to do that. Now, someone was talking about what they might shared at the first video, and he was asking, how do I combine these roles of being a wife and being a woman? It's very simple. There is something we teach which we call the switch technique. Now, a lot of us don't know this, that you're a man and a woman, but you have two roles, a father and a mother, but you also have another role, a husband and a wife. So what we always say for you to do is to close your eyes, right? And go through 3 duplexes in your life. So we want to do that activity right now, which I think will blow your mind and it will transform your life. So can you close your eyes right now and take a deep breath? Now, I want you to visualize 3 duplexes in front of you right now. On the 3 duplexes, white duplex with a black gate, there are 3 inscriptions: man or woman, husband or wife, father or mother. Now, I want you to go first into duplex called man or woman. I want you to open the door. The first thing you're going to see is the living room of that duplex. What does it look like? Does it look organized or does it look scattered? Now, how do you feel being in the sitting room of your life? That's the part of you that everybody sees. Everybody knows that part of you. Now, can you move to the kitchen of that duplex? What does it look like? What does it remind you of? Does it look lonely, solitary, a place of stress, or a place of bliss? Now, can you move up and go to the bedroom of the man or the woman called you? What can you see in that bedroom? What is the secret that you have that nobody knows? The you that nobody sees? Are you okay when you are alone with yourself? Or you feel lonely, or you feel stressed? Are you happy, or you're going through hell? Now, if you like what you see in that room, I want you to stay there a little bit longer. If you don't like what you see, run out. If you like what you see, walk out majestically. Now, let's go to the next duplex, which is the duplex of the husband and the wife. Now, as you open the door of that duplex, your spouse comes to meet you. Looking at your spouse, what does it remind you of? Do you love them? Trying to kiss you or hold you? Are you holding them closely or you are indifferent? Now, holding yourself hand in hand, you are going into your living room. What does it remind you of? That's the place where you entertain visitors. Do you think you're pretending, acting, or you guys are very real? You are able to bear your mind with your spouse. Now, can you both move to the kitchen? What does your kitchen remind you of? Does it remind you of your lost dreams, the dreams you couldn't achieve because you become someone's wife or someone's husband? Does it remind you of a place of stress or a place of romance? Now, can both of you move to your bedroom? What can you see in that bedroom? Is it a place of romance or romance is dead? If there's still romance, can you kiss yourself? If romance is dead, well, can you run out of that room? Now, let's go to the third duplex, which is duplex of father and mother. As you open the door, your children are coming to welcome you. What do they remind you of? How do you feel looking at them? Now, you feel good or you feel stressed? Now you're going to the sitting room, which is the part of your parenting life that everybody sees. Now, can you go to the kitchen? What does your kitchen remind you of? Where you fix meals for your family? Stress or bliss, pain or pleasure? Can you go to the bedroom, the secret part of your parenting that nobody knows? What does it remind you of? Are you excited being a parent? Now, if you love what you see, I want you to roll on the floor with your children. If you don't like what you see, run out. Now, having run out, I want you to go back to the duplex that gives you the highest form of pleasure. Go back there right now and just relax in the bedroom of that duplex. Now, count 5 down to 1, then you can open your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now open your eyes. How do you feel going through these duplexes? Now, you will notice that the ones that you were not pleasant with are the areas of your life that you need to work on. So maybe you are happy in the duplex of man, but you're unhappy in the duplex of husband or wife, or you're unhappy in the duplex of parenting. When you come for family system engineering certification course, we bridge that gap for you and we solve that problem for you. Now, in the next video, I'm going to make a big announcement. But before I make that announcement, I'm going to give you an offer that you cannot resist, because the Family System Engineering Certification course is a course that you all need to take. Be it you want to enjoy bliss in your marriage, or you want to take this up as a profession. Now, when many of us first took this course, we just took it because we wanted to improve our family. But now, we're practitioners helping people. Are you aware that you can actually do over 2 million every month as a practitioner? Are you aware that in Africa, the ratio of, in Nigeria especially, the ratio of doctor to patient is about one doctor to about 6,000 patients. But when it comes to family life therapies, it's about 1 to about 60,000. Yet, many of the issues that people take to doctors are emotional issues that secrete the wrong hormones in their system and makes them feel sick. But if you work with a family life therapist, you may not need to visit the doctor. We have handled several cases. Some of the cases that people take to the hospital, especially people with heart problems, some of them are basic unforgiveness issues. When you come to class, we're able to resolve that. We give you what we call the tree of life model, which you can use to process your life. You go through what we call Oyela. Oyela is that part that helps you run a psychometry that shows you your entire life. People want to get married. If you run Oyela, you will know a guy that will likely cheat on you. You will know a wife beater if you run Oyela. If you run Oyela, which is a psychometry, you can basically understand the state your marriage is. Whether your marriage is in the marital coma or average or good or bliss, you will know that. In fact, we pride ourselves to say that when we run a psychometry on you, in less than 20 minutes, we can tell you everything about your life, give you a professional report, and also give you an intervention on how to resolve the crisis. Are you having issues with sex, family finance? Maybe your money is your money, our money is our money. So you are doing what we call resource control, or you are confused about how to build a family that works. In class, you will learn what we call marital formation, the different formations couples play. So you will hear things like Bosidon, Tantis Romeo, Galacticos. You will hear things like the Dream Team formation or the Brethren formation. You will learn a lot of things. Now, are you a pastor's wife? Are you a pastor? Are you an imam, a religious leader? Are you an HR practitioner? This course is for you. Husband, wife, this course is for you. Whatever you do, wherever you find family, you need this course. Right now, a lot of workers are stressed because of the number of hours they put in on their work. And many of them, their family is suffering. Now, so people talk about work-life balance. But trust me, when you use the family system engineering tools, you don't talk about work-life balance, you talk about harmony. Because you will just know how to do the role switch. You understand that at work, you are in your masculine mode, but when you get home, you are in the family mode. And you learn the techniques for switching, which we call the switch technique. When you come to this class, you will learn that. There's a whole lot more to learn, but I'm waiting to hear from you. Now, I'm going to give you a big offer. That's why the next video that you're going to watch is a big video you cannot afford to miss, because the offer will only last for 48 hours. Now, if you miss that offer, then you would have missed the biggest deal of your life, because this deal I'm going to give to you, never ever given it to anyone. But you can't afford to miss this deal, because when you come to class with us, your life is going to be totally transformed. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, honor you. I am praised for